Okay, right, now, this bit of machinery here is called a pillar drill. It's called a pillar drill because it's a drill that's on a big pillar. And that powers all the drill bits to drill the hole. So the drill bit and the pillar drill do the drilling. There's a range of different parts of the drill that you should know. We should know that there's an adjustable table, and we can use this wheel and we can move that up and down. And that allows us to drill thicker bits of material or thinner bits of material, right? And what you should have is you should have the table up as close so that the drill bit is as close to the work as possible before you start drilling. An adjustable table. We have a chuck, and the chuck is where the twist drill goes. We have a chuck guard, which guards the chuck as it spins round to keep us nice and safe. And we've also, on the other side, got something called a depth gauge. And also we've got the on and off buttons, green for go, red for stop. To put a drill in the twist drill, first of all you've got to open up the chuck, you turn it to the left to open up the jaws to allow the drill to go in. Okay. Once it's in, you turn it to the right, holding onto the top of the chuck and twisting. And we'll just spin that round and we make sure it's held securely, and then we just have a little look and make sure that it's held in the centre of the jaws. So the drill should be in the centre of the chuck and nice and secure. When you're drilling any hole, okay, it's important that you mark the centre of the hole you want to drill with an X or a cross. And then, like I say, what I'm going to do is that drill is too far away from the bit of material, and as I'm going to bring it down with the handle, there's a chance that I could move it because it's going to take so long. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this handle here and I'm going to move the table up so it's much closer to the bit of the material I'm going to drill, and then I'm just going to lock the table in place so it doesn't move. The other thing you'll notice is when I'm going to drill the hole, I'm going to drill into a fresh bit of material. If I don't drill into a fresh bit of material, when I drill through the bit of material, it'll blow the back of the hole and it'll make it all raggedy and horrible. So to drill the hole, what I do is I'm just going to look at the very tip of the drill. I'm going to line it up with the cross that I've made. I'm going to press it down a little bit just so I mark the centre of where I want to drill the hole with the point of the twist drill. I'm going to release that. I'm going to put the chuck guard down to make sure I'm nice and safe. I'm going to switch on the on button. The drill's going to go round. I'm going to keep hold of the material nice and firmly. I'm going to bring the drill down in one slow motion until I drill through the material. And when I've went through, still holding on to the material, I'm going to bring it back up, holding on to it, switch off the drill, let it stop completely, and I'm not going to blow all the sawdust away. I'm going to tap the sawdust and use my hand just to get rid of any sawdust. Okay, and then I've got a nice clean hole drilled from one side and on the other side. Okay, if I want to drill a hole in the end grain of the bit of material, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to lower the table so that it's going to fit underneath the drill. So I can again take my table, I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to move it down the way. Okay. Now if I try and drill this at the moment, trying to hold on to that and keep it steady and drill it, I'm very unlikely to be very accurate. So I need another way of holding that stable, and it's going to allow me to drill the hole. So to do that, I'm going to use this thing here, which is called a machine vise. Okay, so it's a vise that goes on a machine. It's just going to hold the material. So I can open up this. I'm going to hold a bit of material in the machine vise so it's nice and secure and it's not going to move. I'm going to lower it a little bit so it just fits under. Okay, and that's going to allow me to line that up and drill the hole without it moving too much. Pillar drill can be used to drill holes accurately to the depth that we would like. So I would like to see if I can drill this hole in the end grain and go down exactly 20 millimetres. Now there's two ways you can do it. If you're in your garage or something, you could measure on the drill up 20 millimetres, and you could take a bit of tape and you could wrap it around it, and then you could drill down, and when it reached the tape you'd be in 20 millimetres. Okay, this machine's a wee bit more sophisticated than that. What we can do is we can bring the drill down, and I've marked the depth of where I'd like to drill down to on the side. I'm going to bring the drill down till it's at my mark. Then I'm going to use this thing here, which is the depth gauge, and I'm going to slide that one down until I'm happy that it's going to the right depth. And then I use the other one and I slide this bit down, and that just locks it in place. Okay, and that means that the drill can't go any further, it's locked. So the depth gauge locked in place, I can't go any further down than 20 millimetres. And then all I need to do then is I can line it up with my cross, I can press it down a little bit, I can put the chuck guard down to keep myself safe, I can switch on the green button, and then I can drill. And then it gets stuck, can't go any further. That's me drilled down 20 millimetres. Now a hole that you can't see through, and this one here, is called a blind hole. And the reason it's called a blind hole is obviously you can't look all the way through it. Okay, so we've got blind holes and we've got through holes, one that you can see all the way through. Okay, this time I'm going to use a Forstner drill bit, and I've put it in the chuck. I've tightened it up. I've made sure it's secure, it's not going to go round. I've checked it's in the centre. I've checked that my table is at the right height. I've checked that the table is locked in place and it's not going to move. I'm going to use the handle here, and I'm going to line up a Forstner drill bit's got a spike on the end of it. I'm going to line the spike up with the cross where I would like to drill the hole. I'm going to bring it down to mark the centre. I'm going to put the chuck guard down to keep ourselves safe. I'm going to make sure I'm holding onto the work firmly. I'm going to switch on, spin round, and this time when you're using a Forstner drill bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in short bursts. As you try and go down all the way down, because it's cutting quite a big hole, you get lots of friction, and it ends up it squeals because the drill bit swells up a little bit because of the heat. So when we're drilling using a Forstner drill bit, we drill down a little bit and release it. And we go down and we release. 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 Okay, once we're happy with the depth of the hole, we stop. And this one here I've made another blind hole. And what you can see there is you can see that what I mean by a flat bottomed hole is we've got the hole there and it's flat at the bottom.